Aaron, thanks for joining us.
So good to be here. Dan, how are you?
I'm doing really well. How are you feeling these days? I know a lot of artists, and it has not been a good 2 years, obviously, with the pandemic.
No, it hasn't, but we're coming out of it fairly gracefully. So,
Well, here's an interesting thing that I found in talking to different artists is that it actually increased their ability to write because they weren't on the road.
yeah, I mean, obviously, when you're sitting at home and you got enough technology to reach whoever you want, that part was the saving grace. So it was for me, too. I wrote a lot of songs.
Well, listen, congratulations on Boy Like Me topping the charts. How does that feel?
Thank you so much. It's incredible. It never gets old. I've only had 2 number ones, but they both feel pretty darn good. I think the coolest thing about it is, no matter what, when people look back, on this week and this year, we're going to have the number 1 song. So nobody's ever going to take that away. And that's a pretty amazing accomplishment.
Before the pandemic, you had a chance to tour with Rascal Flatts. What do you come away with when you tour with someone like that?
It's just, those guys have been on the road for a long, long time. And I think 25 years straight, they said. And it's a pretty well-oiled machine, and it's pretty amazing that you can, just the realization that, you can get that big, and you can sustain that amount of success for that many years, have a ton of hit songs. And it's just so awesome to, I think one of the coolest things was watching them play Bless the Broken Road every night, and what that song does for people. And, and how big of a song that was. It's just when you can see firsthand the massiveness of it everywhere you go, it really is, it's really exciting, to be a part of that and just to be able to see that and know that that's a real tangible thing.
Well, let me ask you, and in watching them, but also yourself as a performer, when you're playing a song night in and night out, do you tweak things at all to just keep it interesting?
Yeah, obviously. I think that's one of the fun parts. I think it's a lot of fun to, you got the same song that you play, everywhere, and at different places you go, oh, what if you try this or do this a little bit differently? And for us, the band and I always try and keep it fresh, so we'll do some things that you wouldn't see the night before. I think that's how you keep it. You keep it exciting. We do a lot of things off the cuff, like we're actually pretty much like best friends, on and off the stage. So it's like you can tell that when we're on stage that we're having fun. And I think that's like a key piece to our live show. So,
well, congratulations. You're up for Interactive Artist of the Year, the CCMAs this year, and Songwriter of the Year. Is there a difference? Does one mean more than the other at all to you?
No, they're all pretty great. They're all kind of, industry voted, a lot of that stuff. So it's very humbling that I'm in the top 5 for a couple of awards. I think that's pretty amazing, and it's very validating, I guess, that we've come this far, and people have respected it as far as we've come, and I'm super excited about both of those. One of those is all about your fans, and I truly believe that I have some of the greatest fans in the world, and super excited. Sorry if you hear something in the background. That's my dog chewing on a toy.
That's okay. Because you moved down to Nashville when? It was a number of years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I've been here almost 11 years, which is crazy.
Now, do I hear a Nashville accent there a little bit too?
You might. People point that out. I really don't notice it, but a lot of people point that out. And when I go home to Canada, I probably sound full-on Canadian.
And the reason I asked you about songwriting was because that was your start, going down to Nashville and co-wrote Out Like That with that Luke Bryan ended up recording. And then I guess, would you say that was your push-through moment in Nashville?
Yeah, that was a pretty big moment for any songwriter to get on that record. For me, is like I wrote songs with some guys that I liked writing songs with. It really didn't feel like work. We'd have a blast and write a song at the same time. And I think that was pretty evident that, Luke picked it up and even after he recorded it, we had to wait 8 months to find out if it was going to be on the record or not. So it was pretty nail biting the whole time. And, but it was an amazing turning point in my career. It got me a publishing deal, and I was able to stay in Nashville. At that point, I was really close to ready to moving back to Canada because I was running out of money fast. That certainly just turned everything around. I signed a publishing deal. I was able to stay here and continue writing and working on the craft of songwriting. And then also just like I started to slowly, inch my way back into what I really wanted to do. I moved to Nashville to learn how to write the best songs so that I could be the best artist that I could. I found out very quick that, as an artist, it's really hard to get your hands on the best songs in town if you're not doing well as an artist, So I was like, well, if I can't get my hands on the best songs, I'm going to have to learn how to write them. And I really just put a lot of time into that. So.
We're speaking with Aaron Goodvin, and his new album, Lucky Star, is out this week. When you look back at completing the album, what comes to mind right away? Is there something special about the album that jumps out more than something else?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. During the pandemic, or just before we knew the pandemic was happening, we had kind of launched an online fan club called Fan the Jam, and we have a ton of amazing fans in there. And, essentially they picked a song about Mexico to be on this record. They basically told me they'd come find me and hunt me down if I didn't put it on there. So I didn't want to have that happen. So I put it on there for them, and it's really cool to have like that fan engagement where, they can essentially pick a song for the record. It's pretty cool. So that's the first time we've ever done something like that, put a song on, the record that the fans picked.
So listen, let's wrap things up just by asking about the future. And there are more artists out there touring. Any plans for a large tour?
Yes, we have a lot of plans we're really excited about. I think in the new, I think 2022 is going to be a whole new year for a lot of us. And we're definitely talking about doing something across Canada, which is really exciting, whether that be just me or with somebody else. Time will tell what that turns out to be, but we definitely have plans to do that, and I certainly can't wait to come back to Canada. I played 3 shows in the last 18 months in Canada, so I'm ready to get back up there. I'm tired of messing around.
Well, listen, it has been a joy speaking with you, and it is great watching your career blossom. I can only see great things ahead in 2022. I mean, in Lucky Stars, everybody should be picking that one up as we're playing that song, Boy Like Me, and there's much more like that on this album. Thank you for taking time to talk to us.
Thank you so much, Dan. I really appreciate it, and I hope everybody's doing good up there. Hope we get to see you soon.
Well, yes, and I gotta let you go because you got 3 dogs on the run, right?
Oh God, they're everywhere all the time. They're a handful.
Well, big artists, whatever. You got all the problems everybody else has as well, right?
That's right. Absolutely.
Well, it has been a pleasure. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Dan.